Spitch is a fantasy football game where you can put your managerial skills to the test against other players to win real money prizes. Track player performance live during match days as players complete actions such as passes, shots and many more using Opta stats. The teams with the most points each match day will enter the winning zone, allowing managers to win real money. So, put your managerial skills to the test and download Spitch for free today via the link in the description. Hello FPL managers and welcome back for another video. Today we go over the all-important team selection for Game Week 3. Don't forget to leave a like if you enjoyed the video and subscribe as it really helps out the channel. If you haven't already, check out some of the other Game Week 3 content that we've put out so far. And with that being said, let's jump into the video. So let's have a look at how we got on in Game Week 2. In goals, David Raya was able to get 7 points, as it was good to see the decision to start him against Manchester United at home pay off. Brentford didn't really concede too many big chances, although David Raya did have to make a couple of saves which allowed him to pick up that extra bonus point there, so that was nice to see. He got 7 points at the back. The other sub-keeper, Danny Ward, just produced the 1 point, so definitely very happy with this goalkeeper decision to start off the game week. Amongst the defenders, Alexander-Arnold chipped in with 3 points, as despite not getting a clean sheet or an attacking return, he was still involved enough throughout the game to pick up the extra bonus point. That Liverpool defence is looking a bit dodgy at times this season, so I am hoping they can firm up the defence over the coming game weeks, as after Manchester United in Game Week 3, the fixtures do get a bit easier for Liverpool. Kieran Trippier was very solid once again, as Newcastle produced yet another clean sheet, making it 2 clean sheets in their first 2 games, as Trippier also picked up a bonus point in this one. Nick Pope did have to bail out that Newcastle defence a couple of times, and there was a clearance off the line, so you could say that Newcastle clean sheet was a bit lucky this game week, but I'll run with the points as Trippier has now recorded 14 over his first 2 games. Andy Robertson disappointed once more, as he's managed 2 blanks in his first 2 games, as Liverpool have failed to keep a clean sheet against Fulham and Crystal Palace. They were missing Matip in Game Week 2, but in general Liverpool have been looking a bit vulnerable on the counter-attack, so definitely something to look out for. Otherwise, from an attacking standpoint, Robertson has looked fairly solid, getting high up the pitch and putting in decent crosses. Cancelo was the second highest scoring player in the team this week, as he recorded 11 points at the back, as he got himself a clean sheet and a laden assist. His assist did come from an own goal of Jefferson Lerma, but it was nice to see him getting into a dangerous position, put in a good cross and it turned into the net. As a result, he was able to pick himself up some bonus points, so definitely very happy with Cancelo and the Man City defence in general this week. To the midfielders now, Bukayo Saka blank with 2 points, as he didn't really fashion too many chances or attempted assists throughout this game, but he is still getting into those dangerous positions, and I'm sure he can bounce back with some more attacking returns in the coming game weeks. Martinelli was very impressive once more, getting himself a second goal in 2 games, getting 8 points in Game Week 2, and was probably a bit unlucky not to get an assist, as he did attempt the most assists on the pitch in this game with 4. Overall, I'm probably most happy with Martinelli out of any of the players in the squads, as at £6.3 million at the moment, he's proving to be such good value. Mo Salah blank with the vice captaincy armband on him with just the 2 points, which was nice to see, as we were holding the breath coming into that last game with Liverpool, as Haaland only produced the 5 points, but at least he did outscore Salah. Leon Bailey came off the bench for 1 point for Aston Villa, which wasn't nice to see, and I do think this pattern will continue in the coming game weeks, so definitely a player that we're looking to move on. Onto the forwards now, as we touched on, we gave Erling Haaland the captain's armband, as he got an assist, doubled up to 10 points. He didn't really have too many big chances to score in this game, as Bournemouth were paying a very close attention to him, but will still take the 10 points nonetheless. And of course, Gabriel Jesus was the king of the game week with 19 points, having a hand in all 4 of those Arsenal goals against Leicester, and it was good to see the decision to hold on to him after Game Week 1 to pay off. He's getting so involved in the Arsenal attack and getting into some very dangerous positions, so he's not going anywhere in our squad in the meantime. To the bench now, as we touched on, Danny Ward just got the 1 point, as Leicester failed to get a clean sheet once more, conceding 4 goals away to Arsenal. Andreas Pereira actually turned out to be the better option to start over Leon Bailey, as he got 3 points, which we did miss out on there, but then Patterson got 1 point on the bench as well, as he did concede a multitude of goals in his match, and Archer got 0. So this meant that in Game Week 2 we scored a total of 72 points, which was a decent score, which has seen our rank climb by 1.5 million, as we're now actually positioned at 1.5 million in the world. So before we have a look at our Game Week 3 squad, let's discuss some transfer plans. We have gone with the controversial decision to move out Andy Robertson after the first 2 weeks. This may seem a little bit knee-jerk, but Reece James was such a good opportunity that we couldn't miss out on, as his ownership is climbing and his price is expected to rise as the next price changes. So after this transfer, the squad value has dropped to £98.9 million, but we do have now £1.5 million in the bank. So with these transfer plans in mind, let's look ahead to the side for Game Week 3. David Raya remains the starting goalkeeper, as this week he faces Fulham away, which is a decent fixture. I was very impressed with that Brentford defence in Game Week 2, getting a clean sheet to Manchester United. And as I've touched on before, I do think Raya has a good balance of save bonus and clean sheet potential. I was tossing up between him and Ward, as Ward's got Southampton at home, but I am preferring that Brentford defence, obviously coming off the back of that clean sheet. To the defenders now, Alexander-Arnold's got a decent fixture of Manchester United away, as they did fail to score in Game Week 2 away to Brentford and are looking a bit unlike themselves at the moment. On the other hand though, Liverpool have failed to keep a clean sheet in their first 2 games, but I am hoping they can sort out their defensive woes in this one. Of course, Alexander-Arnold does offer very good attacking potential, as his XA figure right now is pretty decent. His XA figure of 0.71 does rank second amongst all defenders so far this season, despite him not yet producing an assist. Furthermore, his attempted assist figure of 6 ranks top amongst defenders, and he's also paired that with 4 shots as well, which is pretty decent. His 4 shots surprisingly ranks third amongst all defenders so far this year, so he's definitely giving himself plenty of chances to get those goals and assists, and it's just a matter of time before they start coming. Currently, Trippier is starting in the defence against Manchester City at home, but there is definitely the potential that he drops to the bench for Patterson, as Patterson's got Nottingham Forest at home. Obviously that Man City attack is a difficult one to keep a clean sheet against, so I don't expect too many points from Trippier in this one, but I have been impressed with him so far nonetheless, as he's produced back-to-back clean sheets. I would expect Newcastle to put up a decent fight against Man City, as they are a much improved side, but definitely the potential that Trippier drops to the bench. Reece James is the new signing in that defence, as he's got Leeds away this week, which is a fairly promising fixture, especially after Chelsea's defence has looked very solid in their own right so far this season. They have got themselves 1 clean sheet, and Reece James is also compiling this with a goal as well, so he's definitely getting a good balance of that clean sheet and attacking potential amongst defenders. In fact, amongst defenders so far this season, Reece James has the 4th highest expected goals and 5th highest expected assist figure, as well as a very high expected FPL points tally. He does currently have the 2nd highest expected FPL points figure, only amongst defenders though, which is only better by João Cancelo. His attempted assist figure of 4 ranks 3rd amongst defenders, and his total shots figure of 4 also ranks tied 3rd amongst defenders, so definitely one with excellent attacking potential. For our side, it was just too difficult not to get him in, as his ownership is sitting at around 42% right now, and there's just too many points that we're missing out on that everyone else is getting. João Cancelo steps in against Newcastle away this week, as he's coming off a double-digit return in Game Week 2, as he is also another one that's offering great expected FPL points. Man City have recorded 2 clean sheets in their first 2 games, and I am hoping this pattern can continue here, as Man City do have one of the lowest expected goals conceded. To the midfielders now, the double up in the Arsenal midfield continues with Saka and Martinelli, as they both have excellent fixtures against Bournemouth away this week, as I would potentially see both of them getting on the score sheet. Saka has recorded 8 points so far, blanking in Game Week 2, but I do think he can return to his scoring ways, and Martinelli is one that's made a great start to the season with 2 goals in his first 2 games. Salah takes the captaincy armband, as this week he's got Manchester United away, and due to their poor current form, it's impossible not to have the captain's armband on Salah, as he did do very well at Old Trafford last season. Andreas Pereira rounds out the midfield as he comes in place of Leon Bailey as he faces Brentford at home. Andreas Pereira has been on corners for Fulham and actually has the highest attacking position on average out of any Fulham player this season, so that's why he starts. To the forwards, Erling Haaland's got a great fixture of Newcastle away, and it was a bit of a toss-up between him and Salah for captaincy, but I've just opted to go with Salah. Jesus rounds out the triple eight in Arsenal attack as he's got Bournemouth away this week, which is definitely an excellent fixture from an offensive standpoint, as he is coming off the back of 19 points in Game Week 2. This brings me to the bench, where Ward faces Southampton at home this week, just missing out on a starting spot to David Raya. Patterson currently sits there against Nottingham Forest at home and could potentially come into the starting 11, and Leon Bailey remains on the bench and now £4.9 million against Crystal Palace away, as does Archer with the same fixture. Thanks for watching today's video. If you guys want to become a channel member, then click the join button down below and get featured on the members board at the end of the videos, just like Philip Ash here. Also, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to show support for the channel and click the notification bell. And with that being said, I'll see you guys in the next one.